with a ho 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 and a here we go. This here is a little story about the president and the holiday trees. It's a story for children, but you grown-ups might want to listen along too, because you're the one that's going to be doing the voting. 'Twas the night before Christmas in the White House, and nothing was stirring, not even a mouse. President Ted woke up with a big smile on his face and went to his children, John, Bob, and Grace. He woke each one up with a, "Shh, come with me. Let's go down to take a look at those lovely Christmas trees." Down through the White House, they all crept in the dark. Down the stairs, through the door, and out in the park. They looked at the trees on the White House lawn, all drooping with snow, looking somewhat forlorn. President Ted whispered to his children, "Something is queer. Those trees aren't lit up like in previous years." President Ted shook his head with a why, oh why. The boys looked all sad. And little Grace, well, she began to cry. One solitary guard was snoozing, not quite awake. And this guard's name was Sentryman Jake. "Jake," said the president, "what's happening here? The woods are all dark. The trees are all bare." But, Mr. President," said Jake, all shaken and startled, "the men came with their trucks, full of glitter and sparkle, full of baubles and tinsel. What a sight to see. The men said we're here to decorate your Christmas trees." I said to them, "Well, men, by presidential decree, those trees out there are now known as holiday trees." The men scratched their heads, and they said to me, "Well, how do you decorate a holiday tree?" I said, "How should I know? I'm Sentryman Jake. I don't even know how to decorate a holiday cake." "So, Mr. President," said Jake, shrugging his shoulders with a wince, "the men went off in their trucks. I ain't seen them since." President Ted put his hands on his head, saying, "Lord, what have I done? You kids go back to bed, and Jake, give me Air Force One." Air Force One flew over the land, all snowy and pristine. Ted looked out the window. Not a Christmas tree to be seen. There were plenty of holiday trees, but so what? A tree on holidays. Not saying a lot. Then Santa appeared alongside on his sleigh. He held up a sign which said, "Mr. President, we need to speak right away." And then with a whoosh in his magical way, Santa jumped into Air Force One from his little red sleigh. "Now listen to me," said Santa. "I don't want to hear about holiday trees no more. This idea of yours about holiday trees, Well, it's quite the last straw. The reindeer are muttering, if it's a happy holiday in the USA, why are we busting our butts, hauling this sleigh? I said, what about the presents? No worries, they said. We'll give them to good children in other lands instead. But, said President Ted, Christmas to some, they find offensive. They say it undermines their beliefs. They get all defensive. Excuse me, President Ted, Santa said. How could Merry Christmas, peace on earth, and goodwill to all men be something that is likely to offend? Now, I've got work to do, Mr. President, and please don't you be offended. But there'll still be Christmas long after your time in office has ended. What Santa said, Ted felt sad and droll. He wasn't doing too well in the latest election polls. Cheer up, President Ted, Santa said. Come with me. I'll show you something that'll fix those holiday trees. In a blink, and to his dismay, President Ted found himself next to Santa in his sleigh. Ted clung on as Santa flew into the night, throwing magic dust to and fro. And as the dust settled on the trees, fruits of baubles and glitter began to glow, until every tree was a Christmas tree, from sea to shining sea, and everything was as it should be in America on Christmas Eve. Then Santa dropped President Ted off on the White House lawn, and with a ho ho hey, he was on his way before the light of dawn. And from that day to this, President Ted swore that he'd never mention holiday trees no more. And he repeated the words that he heard Santa say, peace on earth and goodwill to all men. Have a merry Christmas Day. And the people were full of Christmas cheer. It was the best Christmas, they said, for many a year. And come that fall, out of the blue, and totally unexpected, President Ted found himself re-elected.